Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Your single best idea, and today it could be fourple best idea. I mean, there's that much going on. The president, of course, speaking at 1 p.m. Today on reciprocal trade. Thank you so much to all that helped today on this new concept from the 1930s. Wendy Schiller at Brown was absolutely brilliant on reciprocal trade and the idea of how things have changed from GATT, from the World Trade Organization, and from George Bush Sr. and Jr.
This is like a mind meld. I was just thinking this is exactly the opposite of the George Herbert Walker Bush and the George W. Bush Republican Party, which was, engage, exert influence, send troops where you need to. So this is a complete sea change. This is going back to the 1940s. This is sort of Southern conservative Democratic Party isolationism. This is we will exert power when we need to, when it's in our interest, but otherwise we are not going to come to the rescue of democracy. We're not going to promote it. Clearly shutting down USAID. We're not going to do this anymore. And John Quincy Adams said this, in the 1820s, we'll be with you, but we don't have to go in search of monsters to destroy. That's how he put it. It's taking the United States into a completely different realm on foreign policy, but it's not soft power. Trump is willing to use the power. He just uses it in his interest and the United States' interest.
Wendy Schiller at Brown University, her textbook's definitive on the span of American history. I really can't say enough about balance of power. Katie Lyons, Joe Matthew, look for their work here on all of this tariff uproar. I can't, for those not up to speed on this story worldwide, it's simple. There has been a tariff discussion, but it is now shifted from should we have 5%, 10%, 20% rise in tariffs of maybe selected big countries to now almost tit for tat reciprocity or reciprocal tariffs, where we look at a given country and say we're going to do exactly what they're doing to us. It's a whole different tone that we're hearing out of the White House today. Also with us today, and again on Ukraine, Damian Sassar was just wonderful in his questioning today to our number of guests here. Angela Stent was able to join this morning. Dr. Stent has a definitive book out on Putin, and of course the news here is that Trump will speak to Putin down the road here on Ukraine. All sorts of ebbs and flows here. Angela Stent of Brookings, her book is Putin's World.
What I find curious about all of this is that if you read the book, The Art of the Deal, right, you don't give away your maximum position before you start negotiating. And so Mr. Hegseth, and echoed by President Trump, have essentially conceded to the Russians most of what they want. So I would think that this would probably be, when they do meet, a rather positive engagement, because they're on the same page.
Angela Stent there, the Brookings Institution. Can't say enough about Putin's World. It was my book of the year. I'll say 3 years ago, I believe. I do want to say on single best idea, we're working on the plans forward. We got to figure out how to do a video of this along with the audio. We're not there on that for all sorts of different reasons, but it's really building out nicely. Again, on the commute across the nation, on digital radio like Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, Android Auto. Good morning, particularly Angela Stent's 99.1 FM in Washington. In the experiment that is YouTube, we are thunderstruck by the growth. You subscribe to Bloomberg Podcasts. On YouTube Podcasts, this is Single Best Idea.